Greetings, everyone. DFG here. Hey, guys, there's an old saying that, I can't believe what you say because I see what you do. You know, I say that and I share that with you, and this is in relationship to what just happened on yesterday in regards to Bill Cosby. And as you all know, you should know by now that Mr. Cosby was sentenced to 10 years in prison for what I perceived as sexual assault. He's now going to be a registered predator for the rest of sex offender, sex predator for the rest of his life. He's going to serve a minimum of 3 years in prison without probation, a chance of probation. He's got to do at least 3 years of the 10 years. So he's gone to state penitentiary. Now, this is supposed to be America's dad. This is the guy that allowed himself to be propped up, by America, and fed into that narrative that he was such the great father figure, such the great image. And in less than one generation, he's gone from America's dad to America's pedophile dad, if you want to say that, add that with him. Now, I share that not because I'm angry. I share this not because I'm angry or upset. I'm probably more frustrated about it. And here's why I'm frustrated about it, is that when you look at all the other men who were also accused of this similar behavior. I know some of you are going to say, well, he drugged these women. Well, you need to go back and do all of your full research, because a lot of these women, didn't say they were drugged. And some of these women are also saying that they participated and that they were doing drugs with Mr. Cosby. And a lot of these people got back with him. But again, I digress there. And if you want to believe that, then believe whatever, that's your choice. I get you. I got it. Do it. But facts are facts. And the facts are that when you look at his behavior and you compare that with Bill O'Reilly's behavior, you compare that with Matt Lauer's behavior, Harvey Weinstein, his brother Rob Weinstein. You compare that with Charlie Sheen, Charlie Rose, Les Moavos, the guy with CVS, Julie Chen's husband. You compare that, I think I said Spacey. And the list goes on. Casey Affleck. You can go on and on. That's Ben Affleck's brother. You can go on and on and on and on. And this list is a continual list of white men committing very similar behaviors, attacking, these females just because they were in positions of power or authority to take advantage of these females. And yet none of these men, to my knowledge, and maybe somebody can correct me, is on trial. I know, and I'm starting to hear now that there's statute of limitations issues that are going on with some of these men where they're not going to be prosecuted because of the time, lapse. And as you know, that is constructed, that is intentional. That's just what the Catholic Church did with those priests, those 300 plus priests that had raped over 1,000 boys and girls. And I did use the word rape. Fuck all this pedophile stuff. They raped these children. And so they raped these children, you follow me? And, that sexual abuse, it's a little pretty, word. No, they raped these children. And none of these priests are going to go to jail in Pennsylvania. You know why? Because of the statute of limitations. But this statute of limitations somehow did not apply to Bill Cosby. But it's applying to all these other, dog figures. And I'm talking about four-legged, two-legged dogs who are getting away with bloody murder. Now, here's the last thing I'm going to say in this regard. And this is where I bring this back home to you all. Especially, so-called, white people. Because when you get confronted about these kind of issues, the first thing you'll say, I'm not racist. I see everybody the same. I treat everybody fair. I don't see color. You go on and on with all this stuff. But whenever something like this happens, whether it's Bolton Jean, getting shot by a female white police officer, or Bill Cosby, getting convicted, when all these other white men who harass white women that look just like you, you're crickets. Nobody hear you guys saying anything. You're just quiet, quiet, quiet. So how can you be so just? How can you be so racially balanced, racially unbiased? How can you be, I love everybody. But when something happens to anybody, especially if that anybody happens to look like this somebody, you guys don't say anything. You're just quiet. All this social media at your fingertips. You can do a video. You can type on your Facebook or on your Instagram. There are many places, and I don't hear any of you guys saying anything. And yet I'm supposed to believe what you say as I watch what you do? No, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep speaking out, and I'm going to keep revealing the truth. I'm going to expose you for who you are. And I realize this doesn't apply to everybody who's so-called white, but most of you guys, it does apply to. And most of you got friends that it applies to. And my question is to you, why are you talking out of both sides of your mouth? Now, we all know this is racial bias as it relates to Bill Cosby. And by the way, remember Mike Tyson? He went to jail. Remember Tupac Shakur? He went to jail. Black men for supposedly these same kind of offenses that these other guys are sitting at home or in their mansions, on their yachts, chilling out. But yet when it's a man of color, so-called African American, black man, coon, whatever, moonshine, whatever the hell you want to call him, Aboriginal American, which he really truly is, and you know that. You ought to know it by now. When it's one of them, again, crickets. You guys have nothing to say. Or if it's a young Caucasian male, so-called white male, then everybody wants to, we can't destroy his life. Well, not everybody, you guys. We can't destroy his life. Everybody deserves a second chance. He's young. He just was foolish. He just didn't know any better. But when it's one of our young men, they're thugs and super predators, right, Hillary Clinton fans? All you Hillary Clinton supporters, that's what she said, right? And oh yeah, and while I'm at it, Mr. Obama, Mr. Homosexual Obama, go check out the name Donald Young, Larry St. Clair. Go Google those names up. And what you're going to find out that Mr. Obama, Mr. Biracial Obama, and Rahm Emanuel, both of them have membership at a male bathhouse, and both of them are homosexuals in the closet. So if they're so pro-homosexual rights, why are they in the closet? Why are they hiding? And Donald Young, Larry St. Clair, and there's another guy, all a part of that church where Jeremiah Wright was pastoring. He had the the Down Low Club. So the DLW Club. Obama was a part of the club, and he had two of those men killed to protect himself so that he can get the nomination for the presidency of the United States. I just thought I'd throw that little extra one. That's what we call down south. We call that land yap. Up north, I think they call that God, I can't even think of that name. A Lulu, maybe? So I just gave you a Lulu on that one. But back to the matter at hand, it's repulsive. What I'm saying? It's very offensive as Native Americans to see that, the majority race here, Western Europeans, can come and profess this that I believe in democracy, I believe in fairness for all men. And then we see your lying behavior because you don't do anything but just, talk and whisper and start little protest movements when it benefits you because you need the numbers. So we typically are followers by mentality because most of us still, socially engineered. We still believe at the end of the day, we believe that our Messiah is a white man called Jesus. So, what can I say? So whenever you guys need us to pad your numbers, you're more than happy to join up with us and take over. And then before you know it, Black Lives Matters becomes, some other issue that has nothing to do with police brutality. Right, Colin Kaepernick? Okay? But anyway, I'll stop right here. But it's a sad day. Shame on you guys. I'm talking about, I'm not talking about black America. I'm talking about Aboriginal. I'm talking about white America. Shame on you. Because you the guys claim he was America's dad. And you think that none of you guys, you would think that some of you guys would stand up and say, you know what? No. This is unjust. You should have been at that courthouse. You should have been protesting out there. When Bill Cosby came out there with handcuffs on, I didn't see any of you guys out there, your Black Lives Matters. I didn't see any of you guys out there saying, no, this is not right. Nothing. All right? Crickets. DFG. Now you have it. Subscribe, like the video if you do. If you don't, that's good, no problem. But anyway, I do appreciate your time. It is valuable. Peace.